All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, so I'm on this website here called Brownstone Institute. All right, and I have this article here. It's titled, all right, as you see right here, is peace possible today? All right, and I'm gonna tell you straight like this: there is no peace that is coming. All right, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord always spoke about death and destruction, war, famine, all right, evils, all right, and that's exactly what the true prophets of the Lord are speaking about today. All right, the same thing that the prophets spoke in the ancient times, man. All right, the true prophets of the Lord never spoke about peace. All right, they always spoke about destruction. All right, the destruction of empires. All right, the downfall of empires. They always spoke about against countries and all that, and that's exactly what the true prophets of the Lord are doing today. All right, they're telling you that death and hell and pain and misery and sorrow is coming, man. All right. And who are the true prophets of the Lord? The Israelites of Great Millstone. You understand? And the ones that teach in like manner. Those are the true prophets of the Lord because they are the ones that have 100% truth of the Bible. All right? So no peace is coming. All right? Cuz first off, the prophecy is already written. All right? Once it's already written, there's no turning it back. All right? America is going to be destroyed off the face of this earth. And many parts of this earth are going to be hit with thermonuclear destruction because World War III is coming. All right, because that's also biblical prophecy. You understand? All right, so matter of fact, let me start off with let's get the book of Jeremiah. All right. All right. The scriptures say that that the spirit of the prophets are subject unto the prophets. All right. So if you were a prophet in the ancient times, all right, you will be a prophet today. You always fall back into your lot. You always fall back into what you was meant to do. You understand? All right. So if you were Jeremiah in the ancient world, all right, because Jeremiah was a prophet, all right, he today would be a prophet. You understand? All right. So let's get Jeremiah 28 and 8. All right. So it says Jeremiah 28 and 8 because Jeremiah was a prophet himself. And he said this, all right? Jeremiah 28 and 8. He said, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries. All right. And that's exactly what the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are doing today. All right, they're prophesying against great kingdoms and many countries. What's the main country that the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are prophesying against? All right, the US of A, America. All right, the true prophets of the Lord are letting you know that America is going to be destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth by thermonuclear fire, thermonuclear destruction. All right, America is going to get wiped off the face of this earth from New York to California. America is going to be a desert, a wasteland in this third world war. All right, this is all prophecy. You understand? All right, no peace is coming. Only the false prophets spoke about peace. But Jeremiah is about to break down how the prophets always spoke about war and the destruction of kingdoms. They always spoke about evils and pestilences. All right, they didn't speak about peace coming. Oh, everything is gonna be all right. No. All right. Jeremiah 28 and 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old, both prophesied against Excuse me, let me read that again. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms. Yeah. And again, the true prophets of the Lord are today. They're speaking against many countries and against many kingdoms, letting these kingdoms and these nations know that they're going to be destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth, that they're going to fall. And the main country is here in America. This is the main country we're prophesying against. All right, but all those countries in the Middle East, they're going to fall and be destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth too as well. All right, but unlike America, all right, the other parts of this earth are going to be built back up after they're destroyed. All right, because once America is destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth, America is never going to be built back up ever again. It's never going to be inhabited ever again. All right, like it tells you in the scriptures. All right, because once this place is destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth, it's never going to be inhabited again. The only thing that's going to inhabit this place are the unclean animals, like the vultures, the owls, the lizards, the snakes. All right, the hawks. This is going to be a habitation for them, because this place is going to be a desert, a wasteland. All right. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. All right. And that's what the true prophets always spoke about. All right. Jeremiah is saying that the prophets that have been before me always spoke and prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And that's exactly what the true prophets of the Lord are doing today. We're telling you that World War III is coming. Great war. This is going to be the war to end all wars. Because after this war, there's not going to be no more wars on earth. All right. Because when Yahushua comes back, all right, he's going to set up the nation of Israel, the Israelites, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, to be kings and gods and rulers of this planet Earth once again. Once we return back to the Holy Land, all right, there's not going to be no more wars on earth, because this earth is going to be ruled in righteousness. All right, it's not going to be ruled by Esau, Edom, the so-called white man anymore. It's going to be ruled in righteousness. This whole earth is going to dwell in peace. All right, especially after the 1,000 years of slavery, of captivity that the other nations have to go into. All right, the scriptures say that they shall dwell safely in the land, roughly paraphrasing. They shall not fear anymore. All right, it tells you in the book of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, that once the Israelites return back to the Holy Land, there's not going to be no more wars on earth. So that's how we know that the people over there in the land of Israel today, they're not the real Jews that the Bible speaks of. They're not the real people of the book. All right, that's just one way we know how they're not the true people of the Lord over there, man. All right. So Jeremiah 28 and 8, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old both prophesied, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. Then he keeps reading verse 9, the prophet which prophesied of peace, because you got false prophets out here, man, that prophesy of peace. Oh, nothing is going to happen to America. You know, this place is going to go for 100, another 200 years. It's going to go how it always went. No, man. We ain't got 10, 12, 20 years in this mess, man. America's getting ready to be destroyed. All right? So the scriptures say the prophet which prophesied of peace, because when you go to Jeremiah 14, it says the false prophets, they always prophesy of peace. They say peace, peace when there is no peace. All right? That's why the Israelites always killed their own prophets. All right? Because they always prophesied destruction to Israel, man, to the Israelites. The prophets always spoke to the Israelites, let them know that destruction and war is coming. Pestilence is coming. All right? The same reason, that's why they wanted to kill Jeremiah. All right? Because he spoke about their destruction. All right. So the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent them. Yeah, so if a prophet is prophesying of peace and that peace comes, all right, then they'll know that a true prophet has been among them. All right, that prophet is a true prophet. But no peace is coming. All right. What we're telling you is what we have been telling you is coming to pass now before your eyes. Some of you can see it and some of you still can't see it. That's how great the veil the Lord has over the eyes of the people of this earth, man. Especially here in America. Some people still have no idea what is going on. Even though it's right in front of their face, everything that we have been prophesying and teaching is finally coming to pass, man. And y'all still can't see it, man. Some of y'all still can't see that America is falling and going to be destroyed. Y'all still have no idea what is happening, what's going on, even though the true prophets and the true servants out here have been prophesying and teaching. Because it was never meant for y'all to get it and to understand. Only the elect is going to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You understand? All right, so the prophet which prophesieth of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent them. All right, and we've been preaching, all right, and prophesying the downfall and the destruction of America for years and years and years and years, starting with the man Abba Bivens, man. That's when the Lord rose up the true prophets, man. All right, the downfall and the destruction of America. All right, because that's all over the scriptures. America being destroyed is in the scriptures, man. Isaiah 13, Isaiah 14, Isaiah 24, Isaiah 47. All right, Jeremiah 49, 50, 51, Revelation 18. All those chapters I just named is talking about America being destroyed and wiped off the face of this earth by nuclear fire in this third world war. All right, so no peace is coming. Like how these false Christian pastors in these Christian churches tell you, you know, they preach a feel-good doctrine, you know. They tell you that America's going to be all right. They say, God bless America. The Lord's not blessing America. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is not blessing America. He's getting ready to destroy it off the face of this earth, man. All right, the prophet which prophesied of peace. All right, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. All right, what's that? Jeremiah, I think that's 14 or Jeremiah 6. All right, let's get it. Peace, peace when there is no peace. Let's get it. Yeah, Jeremiah 6. All right, hold on. Let me flip through my pages real quick. All right, I got my Bible in front of me real quick, but let me flip through my pages real quick. All right. Because I know it's in a few chapters as well. All right, so let's just get it, man. Let's get it on screen. All right, but I want to start up a little bit. The point is in 14, but I want to start up a little bit. All right, so it says, hold on a second. Damn, I'll start at 10. All right. So it says, to whom shall I speak? This is Jeremiah 6 and 10. To whom shall I speak and give warning, that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hear. Yeah, all right. Behold, the word of the Lord unto them is a reproach. They have no delight in it. All right. And that was Israel back in the day. All right. All right, Israel is a rebellious nation. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, till this day. All right, you still have no fear of the Lord. You don't even know who the Lord is. You don't even know his name. The last thing that crosses your mind is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. The last thing that crosses your mind is to fear the Lord, man. You niggas don't even pray. You know? It says, therefore, I am full of the fury of the Lord. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad and upon the assembly of the young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, woo, and the aged with him that is full of days. Yeah, all right, because the Lord is not a respecter of persons. When all this hell and death and pain and misery and mourning comes upon the face of America, all right, you women, you children, you pregnant women, babies and toddlers, grandmas and grandpas, y'all gonna get it too. Y'all going into these concentration camps, all right? Y'all gonna get beheaded, all right? You're gonna get tortured. You know? When all this civil war breaks out here, all these race wars and race riots, when the time of Jacob's trouble comes, y'all gonna get it too. Like it tells you in Ezekiel, I think it's the 9th chapter, when the Lord told the angels, go out in the midst of Jerusalem and smite. I think that might be the 6th chapter, either the 6th chapter or the 9th chapter. The Lord told the angels, go through the midst of Jerusalem and smite. Jerusalem is the people before it's a place. Jerusalem represents the nation of Israel, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans. So in these last days, destruction and pain and misery, all right, is gonna come upon y'all, man. See, y'all, the time is a time known as the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, in Jeremiah the 30th chapter, the 7th verse. All right, Jacob is you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you Israelites, all right? A great time of trouble is getting ready to come upon y'all, because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, he knows that his time is short, and he's getting ready to come upon y'all with great wrath. All right? All right? So it says, and their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together, for I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith the Lord. From the least, all right, now the point is getting ready to be made, all right? From the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covetousness. And from the prophet, even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely. They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. So the Lord is saying the false prophets of my people, all right, they deal falsely, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace. All right, the true prophets of the Lord always spoke about destruction, pain, and misery and war, and that's what they're doing today. The Israelites of Great Millstone and the ones that teach in like manner. All right, the Israelites you see out on the highways and hedges preaching the downfall and the destruction of America. All right, first and foremost, the Israelites of Great Millstone and the ones that teach in like manner. They are the ones that have 100% truth. You understand? So going back to this article, it says, is peace possible today? No, peace is not possible. First, because it is already written. So there's not, once it's already written, the scripture's already written, the prophecy is already written. So whether you like it or not, believe it or not, America's going to be destroyed. Civil war is coming. Destruction is coming. Race wars and race riots is coming. Sedition among men is coming. All right. Death and hell and mourning and misery and sorrow is getting ready to come upon this earth, especially here in America. You understand? All right. Is peace possible today? No. And like I said, the prophecy is already written, man. All right. Prophecy of great hell and famine. When you read 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right. 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. All right. It goes into that, man. Because Ezra had a vision of all the great hell and misery and pain. He's seen the nuclear missiles being shot off and hitting the earth. He's seen all the famine and destruction. Matter of fact, let's get it, bro. All right, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, let's get it. Jeremiah. No, my bad. Jeremiah. 2nd Ezra 15. All right, 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter. Hold on, let me go into my scriptures real quick. All right, 2nd Ezra 15. All right. No, I go into 16. All right. Well, 15 is fire too, though. But all right. But 16. All right. Let's get it. All right. Let's get it, man. I'll start at 18, man. I'll just go straight to the point. But this whole chapter is fire crazy. All right. So it says 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. All right. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings. That's what's coming. All right. Sorrow and great mournings. All right. The beginning of famine and great death. That's what's getting ready to come. The beginning of wars is what you see right now. All right. And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. All right, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All right, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. That's what's getting ready to come. All right. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine. That's what's getting ready to come. All right. The scriptures say that because a famine, like we're reading right now. All right, the famine is going to get so crazy that people are going to be eating the flesh of their own sons and the flesh of their own daughters. All right, so you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, the elect of y'all, and the ones that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, in these other nations throughout the four corners of the earth, looking like the other nations they're scattered in throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, you have to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, because that door is so slightly closed and so slightly open right now that you could even barely fit in. All right, so you Israelites, the elect of y'all, you are to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you understand? Before all this great hell and famine and death and pain and misery comes upon the face of this earth. Don't put off the Lord from day to day. So let's get that too as well. All right, because you put off the Lord from day to day, all right, then sudden destruction comes. All right. All right, let's get that. Put not off from day to day. All right. All right. Sirach, the book of Sirach, also known as the book of Ecclesiasticus. All right. 5 and 7. All right. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. Yeah, don't take your sweet ass time to come back to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. All right. Do it now. The scriptures say, seek the Lord early. Seek the Lord while he may be found. All right. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. Yeah, don't say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then when tomorrow comes, you never do it. And then you say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you never do it. And then you just keep saying that. And when tomorrow comes, you just don't do it. All right. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth. Yeah. Because the Lord just might want to put you to death. All right. Or next thing you know, the time of Jacob's trouble is here. And now you caught up in this destruction. You caught up in the famine. And now it's over with. You didn't take heed unto the prophets of the Lord. You just wanted to wave your hand at them. It goes in one ear, out the other. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. All right, and perish in the day of vengeance. Woo! All right. All right, so make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. The scriptures say, seek the Lord while he may be found. All right, seek the Lord early, man. All right, before all this hell and destruction comes, man, because that door is barely open right now, bro. All right, barely open. All right, as long as you see the true prophets of the Lord, The true prophets of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai out on the highways and hedges. All right. And you see these videos going out. That's the Lord's mercy still being, his hand being stretched out, man. Because there's going to come a time known as the famine of the word, where you're not going to be able to hear this word anymore, where the Lord is going to shut the mouth of the prophets, because the Lord's mercy has ended, man. All right. You know, there's going to come a time where you're not going to see the prophets of the Lord out on the highways and the hedges anymore. And you're not going to see these videos being put up, because when all this hell and death and famine and pain and misery and sorrow comes upon the face of America, you people are going to be looking for answers, man. You're going to wish you would have listened to the Israelites that were out on the highways and hedges, man. First and foremost, the Israelites of Great Millstone, and the ones that teaching like manna. Because you call us crazy. You want to shun us. All right. You want to mock and scorn us. Oh, America's not going to be destroyed. You guys are not the true Israelites. No one is going into slavery. Oh, salvation is for all people. Mocking and scorning and scoffing, you know? All right? You're going to wish you would have listened to us. You would have wished you would have came back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai when all this hell and death starts to break out here in America. And you already see it, man. All right? People all over this world are in fear. They're in chaos. They're in the uproar because of what's going on. 2025 just hit, man. And the Lord already starting to amp things up. You know? You got the mass shootout. You got the shootout, you know, at the nightclubs. You got that terrorist attack in New Orleans, man. All right? That thing that happened in Las Vegas with the Tesla truck and all that, man. You know? Matter of fact, so let's get that, man. Let's get that too. Let's get that Amos. Let's get that Amos 8, man. Let's get it. Amos 8. I think it's 11 or 9. Yeah, all right. So it says Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, save the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. That's right. Because there's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to hear the words of the Lord anymore. The Lord is going to shut the mouths of the prophets, the true prophets. All right? To where you're not going to hear this truth anymore. So when all this hell and death and destruction breaks loose, you're going to be looking for the true prophets. But they're going to be nowhere to be found. It's going to be too late. And you're going to be destroyed. You're going to get caught up in all this hell and death. All right, this martial law that's about to break forth. You know? Because the true prophets of the Lord, they're also speaking about what? The mark of the beast. The mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right? You have false prophets telling you that the mark of the beast is not the RFID microchip. Or that the mark of the beast is not a physical thing. All right. Pretty soon, the whole world is going to know who the true prophets and the true servants of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai are, man. And they are the ones that are teaching that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. All right. They're constantly pushing out this prophecy and teaching this prophecy, man. All right. That the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, man. All right. So when it comes to pass, then shall they know a prophet has been among them, like it tells you in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, the 33rd verse. All right, then shall they know a prophet has been among them. All right, and you should already know, already see, all right, who the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, man. All right, and I say that humbly, man. All right, Lord willing, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah. All right, I am one of the Lord's true prophets. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai I am of that number. I say that humbly, bro. You know? Because I don't know if I'm going to get beamed up into those chariots, man. All right? I'm hoping that I am going to get beamed up into those chariots. All right? You know? Behold, the days come, save the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Yeah, because when all this pain and hell and death and destruction breaks out here on this earth, especially here in America, you people are going to be looking for answers, man. Because you people are going to be left in great confusion. You people are not going to know what's happening, what's going on. All right? When all this hell and death comes, you people are going to be looking for answers. You're going to be looking for those prophets that were out on the highways and hedges teaching this truth, telling you that this was coming. All right? But when you try to look for them, you're not going to find it. All right? It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east, they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. You're not going to be finding it. You're not going to find it. Because you want to mock and scoff at the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord. All right? So the Lord's going to leave you out here confused, left in a daze. You understand? All right? So it's going to come a time where you're not going to be able to hear the truth anymore. This word, whether it's out on the highways and the hedges or the internet. All right? You know? All right? So let's go back into this article, man. All right, is peace possible today? And we already broke that down, man. All right, this whole time I've been teaching no peace is coming, bro. All right, the prophecies are already written, and the prophets are out here prophesying what is written, what is to come. All right, and the Lord said, my word shall not return unto me void. So we know it's coming. All right, we see it coming. We see things happening. All right, and some of y'all still can't see it, bro. Some of y'all still can't see it. All right. It says, as we approach Christmas, right? Because this was written when December 27th, all right, 2024. All right. As we approach Christmas with its connotations of peace and goodwill to all people, and the new year, when one traditionally comes up with resolutions for the year ahead, all right, with the intentions of compensating for mistakes made during the past year, and of initiating creative projects for the future, one has to ask: is all this just Heideggerian idle talk, or is peace a realistic possibility? And no, all right, as we just been breaking down this whole time, no peace is coming. Death and hell and pain and misery and sorrow is coming. Let's read this again. All right, because when you read verse 1 through 17, all right, second, the prophet Ezra, all right, he's receiving a vision. He's seeing all these places on earth being destroyed by nuclear fire. He's breaking down the nuclear missiles being shot off, all right, and hitting the earth. All right, and that's why he said in the 17th verse, woe is me, woe is me. The word woe means destruction. All right, he said destruction to me, destruction to me. Who will deliver me in those days? So he was scared as hell when he seen this vision. He said, who gonna deliver me in those days? He said, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Scared as hell seeing this vision, man. All right, he said the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendment. But for all these things shall they not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. That's what's getting ready to come. All right. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung. And there shall be no man to comfort them. The earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down. And this is what's getting ready to come. All right, and this is what the prophet Ezra seen, man. All right, this is what's getting ready to come. No peace is coming, man. All right, talking about, is peace possible today? All right, no peace is coming upon this earth. Thermonuclear destruction is getting ready to come. All right. All right, this seems to be an easy question to answer, despite President-elect Donald Trump's repeated assurance that he would bring about an end to the war in Ukraine. That's not happening, bro. That's not happening. The prophecy is already written. There's nothing you can do. All right? The Lord said, my word shall not return unto me void. The scriptures say that the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So we know what's written is getting ready to come to pass, and we see it getting ready to come to pass. All right? It says, despite President-elect Donald Trump's repeated assurance as he would bring about an end to the war in Ukraine, it is by no means certain that he would be able to do that. Of course not. All right, mainly because the prophecy is already written. All right, not only because his enemies, both in the U.S. and abroad, are heavily invested in keeping the war going at all costs, but also in light of the improbability that President Vladimir Putin of Russia would be a pushover when it comes to conditions for a peace agreement. Like I just said, all right, it's really because the prophecy is already written. There's nothing you could do. All right, the Lord controls everything. The Lord puts it in the minds of men, all right, to do what they do, so the Lord's will could be fulfilled, man. Right, the scriptures say in Proverbs 21. All right, that the Lord's is in the heart of the king, man. All right. So it says such an arrangement would suit Ukraine and NATO very well, insofar as it would provide them with the opportunity to rearm and recruit more soldiers for the likely recommencement of hostilities in the future. Something, all right, something that was done before, all right, as Angela Merkel and Francois Hollande have admitted. Besides that, this is a novel tactic and a disingenuous one to boot, should be evident, all right, as Immanuel Kant knew in the 18th century already when he wrote his famous essay on conditions for perpetual peace, on which I have elaborated before. I am thinking of a specific condition stated in this essay, blah, 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 the very first of the preliminary articles, which reads, no treaty of peace shall be regarded as, all right, if made with the secret reservation of material for a future war. All right. So it says, let me keep reading a little bit. Hold on. All right, it says that Vladimir Putin is not an ingenious as to fall for such a ruse again. In the guise of the imposition of a temporary freeze on military activity in Ukraine is obvious however, all right, where RT reports, all right, Moscow has repeatedly ruled out freezing the conflict, all right, stressing that all the goals of its military operation, including Ukraine's neutrality, all right, demilitarization and denazification must be met. All right, Russian President Vladimir Putin said this summer that Moscow would immediately declare a ceasefire and start peace talks once Kiev withdraws troops from all Russian territory, including the Donetsk and Lugansk republics and Kherson. All right, yeah, all right, Donetsk and Lugansk republics and Kherson and Zaporizhzhia regions. All right. So y'all can read the rest of this article for yourselves, man. All right. Just how it wants to get into the main point and break it down, man. Ain't no peace coming, bro. No peace is coming. All right. World War III is spoken about all throughout the scriptures. The prophecy of World War III is spoken about all throughout the scriptures. The prophecy of America being destroyed is spoken throughout all throughout the scriptures, bro. All right. The countries, World War III being started in the Middle East. All right. The Lord said, in what is it? Joel the 3rd chapter. All right. Zephaniah the 3rd chapter. All right. Joel the 3rd chapter. Zephaniah the 3rd chapter. All right. For my determination is to gather the nations, to pour upon them the fire of my jealousy. Talking about bringing the nations together. All right. To destroy them in this third world war with thermonuclear destruction. All right. No peace is coming, bro. All right. All right. So, you Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, man. All right. The elect of y'all, and also the Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth in these other nations, looking like the other nations, you have to come back to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, before he destroys this place. All right? Come back to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai. All right? Come back to who you really are. Come back to your God, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right? Before destruction takes place, man. All right? Romans chapter 13 verse 11 says it is high time to awake out of sleep. All right? You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. And our power is Yahweh through his son, Yahweh Shai. All right? So with that being said, I hope, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Raktazah, this lesson was edifying. All right. I want to say call Halalyam Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. All right. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You Negroes, you Latinos, you Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right. So with that being said, until the next one, Shalom.